Hi, this is Mike for DraftBuddy.com, and today I'm going to demonstrate the Fantrax integration features added to DraftBuddy in 2019. Now, unfortunately, I already did this video once, but the audio is off completely, and I didn't realize it, so hopefully this take two works well. What I have in front of me here is an ongoing draft that I'm doing at Fantrax. It's our DraftBuddy members head-to-head fantasy points league draft. And we're in the middle of round 5 here, actually, you can see. Now, if I go to DraftBuddy, which I already have set up since the league has started, I don't have it completely updated for the latest draft picks, but you can see I've got 4 rounds here, I guess, at least. There's my team on the right. There's the rosters tab, draft report tab, showing we're down to, yeah, just the start of the 4th round. I guess to best demonstrate this, I'm going to reset DraftBuddy completely here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the Action tab, and you see these reset options up here. I've got them both at yes. So as you know or should know as a DraftBuddy user, anytime you make changes to the scoring, the rules, projections even, etc., for those changes to update on the cheat sheets found on the Hitters tab, Pitchers tab, Overall tab, etc., then you need to hit compile cheat sheets for those changes. But if you already have an ongoing draft, or you already input keepers, say, or a custom draft order, then you want to change these reset options to no, so you don't lose those changes. Now, if they're at yes, say you have a new league that you're setting up, then you can change these to yes. It basically resets everything. So if I have them on yes and I hit compile, I'm going to lose these draft picks, which is fine, because we're going to show you how easy it is to put them back with the Fantrax integration. So let me hit compile cheat sheets here, and we'll run through this. What it's going to do is, I haven't changed the settings really, so the cheat sheets should come back the same, more roughly the same. Did I update projections? Yeah, the projections are all up to date as well. So, oh yes, I see here. The last update, the projections was March 11. That was just yesterday. So everything's updated. Haven't changed the settings. I'm going to have the same rankings, but now you can see that none of the players are marked off. Okay, here we are, updated rankings. Mike Trout #1, no surprise. And if I go to the draft report tab, it doesn't reset the owners tab. The owners tab still got all the names on it. But you can see the draft picks are gone. So now I'm in a good spot to show you the Fantrax integration features. And basically what that does is we have an agreement with Fantrax that we can access their league data, and we can pull in owner names, which is pretty easy. But we can also input add keepers to DraftBuddy if we had a keeper league, and we can add draft picks, which is great because the old method draft picks. Okay, Mike Trout was taken #1. I basically go to the Hitters tab and find Mike Trout, or I go to the Overall tab and find Mike Trout, click on his name, and hit Draft Player. Because Tom took Mike Trout, he marks off down here, he marks off on the Hitters tab, right there. He goes on the Draft Report tab, and he gets added to the Rosters tab for Tom's team right there. And there we go. Now, but to do that for every player can be a bit tedious, and if you're in a live draft, then it can take a long time. Well, long time, I mean, you're following the draft along. It's a lot to input. Certainly if you could press a button and have all the draft picks come in, all the better. So if your draft is on Fantrax, you're doing an online draft, then that's exactly what's going to happen. To get this working, we go to the Options tab, scroll down here, and you'll see a box here called Fantrax Integration. Okay, and for those who use the football product, Football DraftBuddy, we've had this for a few years with myfantasyleague.com. So now we have similar for Fantrax for baseball, and we hope to add similar for Fantrax for football in the football version as well. So you can see that the website's Fantrax is the only option for baseball at this moment, and the league ID right here, a bunch of numbers and letters that don't make any sense. Where did I get those from? I got those from the draft pages. All right, so any page on Fantrax where you're in your actual draft is going to have a specific league ID, and you can see it right here in this URL. Maybe I'll have to zoom that in, but it's this is the draft draft grid that you can pop up when you're in your Fantrax draft. And you can see that that league ID is right there. I could highlight the thing right there and then copy it, and I could paste it into this box here in Draft Buddy, right there, and paste it, and there it is. Okay, and again, you can see that league ID on almost any page for your Fantrax draft. So I go back to my my bunch of tabs here, and I click Home. This is the Fantrax league that we're in, and then again, the league ID is right up here in the URL, and it's exactly the same thing. So I would just highlight that, copy it, put it in Draft Buddy. So now that's pretty much all there is to the setup. And what's going to happen is now there are going to be links to draftbuddy.com, which show the draft results, show the keepers, which are basically the current rosters, and show the franchise names, where that stuff can get imported into or copied into Draft Buddy relatively easy. The keepers and franchise names would be kind of a copy-paste thing. The draft results, we can just hit a button and bring them in. So let's look at the franchise names. There they are right there. They're the team names. Okay. So if I copied these, let's copy them. And these should be in the draft order as well. I am drafting 12th. I'm right there. Mashers is Chris. He's drafting 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go away, Grammarly. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is in the draft order. So if I highlight the whole thing, copy it, and put it in Draft Buddy, I can put it on the Owners tab right here, and I will put it under Team Name, and there we go. Just paste it right in. And because I just updated, well, I've got the owner names on the Draft Report tab. Okay. Rosters that show both. Roster shows both. So then you see the teams updated here. Okay, they're slightly different than before. Now, what else? And if I was doing keepers, I could do essentially the same thing. We already threw round 5 here, so basically these are the rosters for the current teams. All right, and you can see the keepers here. It's a little bit of copy and paste. You'd have to go to each team, copy it into the keepers tab, and then hit a button so it cleans the data, puts it across each of the teams, splits out the position from the player. But all in all, it works pretty well, and certainly better than putting each player in individually. Now the big one is the draft results. Okay, so this one is really great. We go to the Draft Report tab, and you can see up here there's a button that says Refresh Live Draft Results using Fantrax integration. That's what I want to do. All right, so I'm going to hit this button, and what it's going to do is it's going to bring in, here's a link to the draft results. All right, you can see it's just a table. It's a HTML table with the position and the player in the exact same format, and the names they should match completely the names that are in Draft Buddy. And they're going to put them in right here on the Draft Report tab, where we'd otherwise input the position and then input the name, right? Okay, so we're not doing it with the drop downs. We're not doing it with the select and quick draft player button. All we're going to do is we're going to come over to this tab and hit refresh live draft results. And there they are right there. All right, so they're the draft results from the Fantrax League, and the last, I'm going to be up here soon. The picks are even up further than where I was on this draft grid right here. So if I refresh this, yeah, the last pick was Starling Marte for Team 10, the Balking did. James Paxton, I had an eye on him. Chris Davis. So these guys are gone, and that is the latest pick in the draft. And then you can see I'm updated all the way to here. And then all I need to do is, I do need to force it to update, but just press the button again, it'll update again. So even if I rolled this back and cleared out these picks, their contents, hit it again, it'll update, just like that. So that is Fantrax integration features using Draft Buddy for Fantasy Baseball. And if you have any questions, please drop a comment or send me an email, tweet, hit us up on Facebook, all that stuff. All right, thanks, and take care.